In today's video, we are going to be looking at Dr. Cosmos Maduka, the founder and CEO of Coscharis Group of Companies. In this video, he's going to be speaking on how he made 14 billion naira in one day. The video is very interesting. There is a lot to learn from this video. Please watch the video and you have a lot to learn from it. Cosmos Maduka, for many of you who don't know him, he's a strong advocate for youth empowerment. Maduka has mentored emerging entrepreneurs like Dr. Stanley Uzochukwu, providing 150 million in capital, turning him into one of Nigeria's youngest billionaires. He often speaks on purpose, integrity, and resilience. He encourages young people to be hungry, committed, and make a difference, emphasizing that failing is inevitable, but rising is essential.
In a more structured manner. In 1982, I incorporated Coscharis. Coscharis is Cosmos and Charity. We are coming from a Christian background. We pray here before we start business in all our branches, wherever we are. And we are not apologetic about it, to let people know this is who we are, because that is our source.
Coscharis was started by a dynamic entrepreneurial couple, Cosmos Maduka and his wife Charity Maduka, many years ago. I think they started this about 32 years ago. And it's really now a group that has investments in tech, agriculture, automotive, a range of sectors, construction even. And this is a company that is truly rooted in a vision to create wealth for the kingdom.
I invested in a company, a financial institution, and that financial institution went bad. Central Bank took over and sacked all the directors. The share of that company fell, started selling below book value. So shares that worth 1 naira, people are not even ready to buy it for 50 kobo. And we were having a board meeting. The Spirit of God, when it comes upon me, I speak. But I speak like a mad person, because every true prophet doesn't speak through his listening. The things he says are contrary to reasoning. Prophets don't speak the thought of man, they speak the thought of God. I say the minimum I will sell this year is 5 naira. My group managing director laughed at me. One of the other directors started laughing. I said, God, none of them is going to go anywhere. They will be in this company until it happens. I prayed a simple prayer and left it. 1 year passed, 2 years passed. One day I was in my office. The angel of God went to work. Somebody called me and said he learned I have this chair that I'm selling. I said, yes. He said, how much is it? I said, 5 naira. The person said, but somebody told me you are selling it at 3 naira and that he refused to buy. I said, well, go to that person. If he tell you, you should buy it from that person. I said the last price is 5 naira. If you need it, you pay. If you don't need it, leave it. The person said, okay. He will call me back. When he dropped the phone, 2 hours later, another managing director of a bank called and said, I learned you have this share and that you want to sell it. How much for it? I say 6 naira. He said, can you sell it to me 5 naira? I said, we are not selling potato. The price is 6 naira. If you want to buy, you pay. It's okay, he will call me back. By 2 o'clock, the man that called me about 9, the first person called me and said he want to make an appointment to come to my house with the managing director of their, with his chairman of his bank, their company secretary, and 2 other persons. I said, for what? He said, for the share. I said, the price has changed. I'm not telling you the second day. He said, what nonsense are you talking? You told me 5 naira, I didn't even agree. Now you are saying 7 naira. I said, oh, sir, that's why you missed your luck when you didn't agree. So I'm telling you the price now. It's okay, that's not a problem. Let's have a meeting. When we meet, we'll talk. I said, no problem, 6 o'clock, I'll wait for you. I called my group managing director. I said, come to my house. There's something I want you to witness this evening. To the fact, before I get home by 6 o'clock, 4 of them are in my house waiting. And we started talking to conclude the share. So they said, hey, what are you talking? I said, I told you. I told you the price is 7 naira. The price has changed. He said, no. You know, you cannot be talking like a child. You know, this, I told my bosses what you said, and we are coming to see if you can reduce. I said, please, if you are serious, we close this deal. If you are not, as we are talking, he was still making argument. My phone rang again, and it was that other managing director of the other bank. Now I put it in open so that he can hear the discussion. The guy said he's on his way with his MD and is coming to conclude this transaction. I said, which transaction? He said, the one I called you from in the morning. I said, anyway, I haven't said this to you before, but I want to be honest to you now, to tell you there are some people in my house now that I'm discussing that transaction with, and I've made up my mind to sell it to them. He paused for 1 minute. He said, Cosmas, I want to ask you a question. I said, please go ahead. He said, be honest to me. Are you so rich that 1 billion naira did not mean anything to you? I said, so what does that mean? He said, I will pay you 8 naira. I put the phone off. Now listen. The man said, okay, let us conclude. Let us conclude. I said, conclude what? He said, he's not conclude the transaction. I said, the price has changed. I'm not saying the second day. I'm not saying the third day. I'm not saying the fourth day. I'm saying the same very day. This thing started happening by 8 o'clock. The angel of God went to work, knocking the head of 2 people. I am a Christian on my honor. I didn't call any of them. The man said, what kind of does it? Oh, you know, he said, okay, let's go and have meeting. Make you guys. Then we went out. My managing director said, oh God, don't do this thing now. You know, you are acting like a small. If these people are serious, the other people are jokers. If these people are serious, I said, shh. I am the driver of this car. You are conductor. So just stay in the car and be a witness. Your opinion is not called for this. Stay here and see what happened. They come back and say, okay, you know, these things, you know, they didn't like it, but they have agreed. They decided to pay me the 7 naira, if I say 7 naira, but they want to conclude this. I said, why are you paying me 7 naira? I said, you're a managing director of a bank. I am a managing director of Coscharis. I said, if your board know you can make 1 billion naira, you walk away with it, wouldn't they fire you? The board of Coscharis will fire me if I walk away from this 1 billion. They went out another meeting and come back and say, okay, they will meet me halfway. They will pay 7 naira 50 kobo. I said, okay, I will meet you halfway also. Because you call me in the morning, I didn't call you, and you make effort to be here. Allow me to sell this share to the other people. When I sold it, I collect money. I'll give you 250 million naira free for the call you made from morning till now. They went back again. It's a power of negotiation. I know what I'm talking about. When the Holy Spirit take over, you are in charge, not the people that is in charge. That's why I'm telling you that wealth transfer is not something somebody told me. I cut this story short. That day, we start signing agreement, doing it. They said they wanted everything. I signed that night because the way I'm behaving out. I said, no problem. Write everything. At the time, they said, okay, we have come to a middle of the road. We will transfer. We will give you 30% of our share. I said, I don't need your share. Cash. If you need this, you got to pay cash. If I need your share, I come to buy. We sign an agreement. They agreed to buy that share for 8 naira. The following day, I left, went to my hometown in Nnewi. I was fasting. I'm not saying it's the fasting that made it. Actually, I was on my 40th day of fasting. I knew what consecration is. When I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to you from intellectual conception. I talk to you with practical experience. I didn't fast because of this, but the angel of God went to work. I was in my house at Nnewi. My managing director called me by 9 o'clock. I said, I want to know, who are you? I said, you want me to draw the, what do you mean you want to know who I am? I said, I want to know who are you. I said, I'm Cosmas Maduka. He said, I begin to respect you from today. He said, I collected cash, 14 billion naira. They paid that day. In one day, this is share I have offered to somebody to buy for 2 billion. He refused to buy.
Again, I think the function of his desire was far more than that of his contemporaries. Many of them, their desires, I want to have money, maybe enjoy my money. But that's not his own desire. He desired to create a company that will last long after he has exited his path. So he had to do things differently. So in terms of lesson for the entrepreneurs, it starts from what is your vision? What do you want to achieve with all this pride and all these hustles?
I'm really happy that when people interact with us, the faith aspect of the business is in their forefront. It's not like they're thinking, oh, I'm coming to some churchy place. They just, when I say the faith aspect, it's like, oh, we know we're dealing with someone who's honest, who has integrity, and try to do say what he will do and do what he will say. So most of our dealings end up favorably because of that goodwill or that reputation.
He didn't have an uncle or an auntie that will help him. No, he just trusted God. Going to do the right thing. I'm going to work hard, because doing the right thing doesn't mean laziness. You have to work hard for God to bless the works of your hand. God does not bless nothing else. He said you prosper the works of your hand, so you have to do the work before He can bless it.
If one of the key elements, the key drivers of the business from a value standpoint is integrity, credibility. How do you ensure that through the process? How do you ensure that you reward the appropriate, incentivize the appropriate behaviors? And of course, get people to walk away from those behaviors that you want to minimize in the business.
And so everything we do rests on the fact that we want to show the light, to do it the right way, to show the people that you can do the right thing and still make money. You don't have to make money only when you do the wrong thing.
Cosmos introduced one of his king's townsmen from Nnewi to a bank, Access Bank, where he had a seat on the board, where he was a major shareholder. And a verbal introduction to the bank, and this individual took a loan. The first loan he paid back, the second loan he paid back, and the third loan he defaulted, and it was worth millions of dollars. And Cosmos, because of his personal integrity and because he was the one who introduced this individual to the bank, essentially took upon himself to prepay the debt because of his integrity. Not because he had any financial or fiduciary responsibility, but because his name was on the line.
I oversee finance. I want money to flow in. The said people tell me, sorry Fred, you want money to flow in, but your costs are high. My costs are high because I want to follow the right principle, bring the goods through the ports, pay the duty, follow all the protocols, and I can tell you it's not easy, it's expensive. It's easier to follow the other way. I won't say it's only us that do that, but there are few that follow that route, especially in automobile business in Nigeria.
And today, because of his integrity, basically can get loans without any collateral, without any requirement, because people know his name and his commitment to integrity supersedes anything else. Now that dispels all the reputational issues associated with being Nigerian. Most people think of Nigerian businessmen and they often think about fraud. Sadly, Cosmos is just one of the many examples of exemplary Christian entrepreneurs from this region who walk the talk and who take bold steps to live for God and work for God.
Decisions you make today determine who you are going to be in the next 5 years to come. As a matter of fact, decisions you make today will determine your entire destination. But you must take responsibility. You won't put it on your father or your mother. It's your own decision. Life threw everything to me not to succeed. But I was determined that I'm going to succeed and I'm going to go places. A vision helps you to simplify your life. So the real truth is that quite a number of people are living visionless life. Okay, so to live a life without vision is worse than not having a physical sight, because if you don't know where you are going, any wind will be the right wind. You keep drifting. But you got to be sure this is the apple that I'm seeking. then you can direct the wind to go to that apple. But in the midst of it, God will provide you a way to be able to go. Those things are part of your processes you are going through to refine you, to clean you up, to get you matured for the main thing where you are going.